to AR News. Why Americans seems more pro-Harry than Brits? The US may have fought the Revolutionary War, the one we call the American War of Independence, to rid themselves of British royal rule, but they have never shed their enduring fascination with the British royal family, and many are now captivated by the success drama that is being played out on their own shores. Harry and Meghan have their detractions in America, but they are far fewer in number and far less victorious in the UK. In the US, their story of how they were mistreated by the British press and the Harry's closest relatives is received with much greater symptoms. One of the couple's central complaints about their time in Britain is that they were constrained by the strict pecking order within the film. This makes no sense to Americans for whom the value of meritocracy is deeply ingrained and who were beguiled by the star power the couple executed in the first few months after their fairy tale wedding. In a magazine interview with The Cut, Meghan said that just by exiting, she and Harry were upsetting the dynamic of the heresy. Harry has complained that he and Meghan were sacrificed to the press as the palace worked to project more senior members of the family at their expenses. The strict heredity within the royal family, based purely on the order in which children were born, has been clearly understood by Brits for centuries. In America, it seems not only bizarre but verging on calculus as well as self-defeating. Why should any institution try downplay a couple of its brightest stars? Spare Review, the widest book ever written by a royal black American's complex responses to Harry and Meghan. Who is Harry? Celebrated ghostwriter. US reaction to the death of Queen Elizabeth II showed that there is affection and respect for the monarchy, but that is not the same as wholehearted acceptance of all its origins, traditions and behavior. It is more obvious to Americans that the British royal family are beneficiary of wealth and privilege gained during an era of colonial domination. At the time when the US is grappling with how to teach the understand that darker episode in its own past, the Succession saga look at though it might provoke the same kind of reknocking in the UK. In a country so riven with the racial strife, there is certain schedule fraud involved in watching the UK having the questions whether racist attitudes and assumptions in the press as well as within the Royal Institutes itself contributed to the department of the Duke and Duchess. Pamela Powell submitted up an open piece for the New York Times. The phase that the success ditches a country they're characterized as anti-immigration, overrun with racist and burdened by the legacy of colonialism makes Americans feel better about their own country. Ultimately, Americans are flattered that when seeking freedom, the successors chose to make their new homes in America, the land of the free, a place Americans like to believe where everyone can create their own opportunities in a society free of class structures that still exists in Britain. There may be more compassion for Harry and Meghan in America, but ever hear some publications from the Wall Street Journals to Politico have started to comment that the couple complain too much. Thank you.